Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2016 general readings. As you can see, I've added a headset to resolve the volume issues, which nobody else could seem to resolve. So, external headset it is. I don't really like wearing things over my head like this, but for you, family, anything. So, June 2016 general readings. I am using my beloved Gilded Tarot deck, and I will continue to pull 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week with an additional card as your overall theme and crowning feeling over the reading. These are general readings, so they won't apply or resonate the same with everyone who watches because there's so many of you watching with so many different backgrounds and stories and energies of your own. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. Uh, Sometimes, some months and some readings, those signs will resonate more predictively for you than your primary sun sign, particularly when it comes to other areas of your life. I often find that my sun sign is more predictive for me in terms of job and career and my public life in general. And my rising sign is more predictive for me in terms of relationships. And my moon sign, I find a lot of times to often be more predictive for me in terms of my deepest feelings, or particularly in areas of spirituality. So again, check your rising and your moon sign to get as whole and clear a picture as possible, and explore other readers too. There are some great YouTube readers out there. It's all about getting what you need at the end of the day. But for those of you whom include me in the group that you watch on a regular basis, thank you so very much for following and watching and listening and subscribing to my channel. And please, please always keep the comments coming. I read every single one of them and I enjoy them so very much. Thank you for your love and feedback and support. And thank you to those of you who reach out for personal one-on-one readings. Thank you for the trust in my abilities to intuit the cards for you and the momentary place that you allow me to occupy in your life. And for those of you who are interested in a one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that will give you a little more information and detail on myself and my contact information, which is Maggie, the number 1, McGuire at gmail.com. I do readings full time, so I work pretty hard to get you a reading as quickly as possible. I'm always asked about turnaround time, and it's typically 1 to 4 or 5 days, but almost always within a week. So again, if you're interested, I would be delighted to work with you. Send me an email and we will go from there. So let's get right into this. This is for Gemini for June 2016. The lovely air sign of Gemini, my beautiful twins. What does the month of June 2016 hold for you? Gemini, Gemini, June 2016, Gemini, June 2016. Okay. We begin with the Ten of Pentacles, great way to start, Gemini, followed by the Page of Swords, the Ace of Cups, followed by the Three of Swords in reverse. That's a beautiful combination. The Six of Wands, followed by the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords, followed by the Two of Cups, and from the bottom of the deck, your overall theme and feeling over the reading is the Strength card. Let's just take a look here, Gemini, and see what comes through. So Gemini, I'm feeling development, growth, learning, success through perhaps some unconventional methods or ideas, um, culminating in a beautiful union for some of you at the end, whether that's love and relationships or business and career. It's going to resonate differently, as it always does, depending on who's watching. We start at the Page of Swords for you, and we end at the Knight of Swords. So a month of progression, learning, and development. So let's begin, Gemini. We find ourselves at the beginning of June 2016, Gemini, with the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Swords. Let's go with this Page of Swords first. Swords is governed by the element of air, which is your sign, Gemini, your element. And I'm feeling this is resonating for you at the beginning of June 2016. Pages can represent young people or actual children in your life, and for some of you, this is going to play out, and this is going to be something that involves a child in your life or one of your kids. Pages also represent, they have kind of a student apprenticeship energy about them. It can represent being at the beginning of the path, having a lot to learn or spending a lot of time learning about something. Pages can also represent messages and messengers. And I feel kind of like all three of those are resonating for you this month, Gemini. I feel like you're kind of getting a new way. You have an idea about how to do something. You've gotten a new idea about how to do something. You're trying something out for the first time, and I feel like it's building towards something. For some of you, this could represent another person, perhaps another air sign, who's bringing you a message or giving you a new way, advice, a suggestion on how to build something, how to put something together. But I think for the majority of you, it's just going to come to you, and it's about, well, it's paired with the Ten of Pentacles, so it's about building foundations. But there's a new kind of fresh, enthusiastic energy about it, and a little unsure too if you know what you're doing. A little bit of a fumbling energy, but just getting kind of a happy, bright sort of feeling off of this. For some of you, this is going to be represent what you're doing to build something for a child, for one of your children, is something to do with your family, because I mean, what are we getting new ideas about trying to put together and build on? It is the Ten of Pentacles, which is over the Page of Swords at the beginning of June. Pentacles is governed by the element of earth, so it's a suit all about things in our earthly, tangible, material environment, and it often points to things like money, finances, resources, property, assets, job, career, etc. Earthly, tangible, material things that we can see and touch and feel. In these sectors of spirituality and love and relationships in your life, it would refer to tangible or visible results or energies that are manifested because of the work we've done on something or what we've invested in something. And tens represent the end of cycle, the coming full circle of something, the culmination of something, the achievement of the suit. Um, in terms of business and finance, for some of you, this is going to resonate as a career project, getting a new idea, pulling a career project sort of thing together, or starting a new project of some kind, whether it's in your actual job or an artistic project or career of some kind. Lots of swords for you, and also Taurus, whom I just finished. Lots of mental energy, new ideas, new ways of doing things, new ways of building this foundation, because that's what it's about this month, Gemini. For a lot of you, it's about building solid, strong foundations for yourself and being successful at it too. The Ten of Pentacles represents a lot of success, prosperity, abundance. Again, this could be in the physical, tangible world. It could also be a tangible, physical manifestation in spirituality and love and relationships as well. But you're building a foundation. And there's a strong theme of home and family in particular associated with this card too. In business, this can represent family money, family business, family estate. It represents that not only is the building of this foundation going to be beneficial for you, but also in some way very beneficial to your family and your home as well. So for some of you, this combination of cards at the beginning of June 2016, Gemini. Some of you are beginning something which is about building a solid foundation that's going to last for quite some time to come, something that's going to last that you can pass on to your kids. It's for your kids. It could be to do with a home for some of you too, building a home or buying a home for the first time. It's your first experience in doing this. And it's about providing a solid, stable foundation that can be built on and last for you and your family or your loved ones, or just learning how to do this, kind of being at the beginning of the path of doing this. I got new home just in my head. So I think some of you are going to be um, purchasing your first home and kind of walking your way through that and learning a lot. And this is going to, this new path, this new beginning, this foundation that you're at the beginning of building in June 2016, it's going to make you very happy. It's going to represent new beginnings, a new path, new emotional beginnings as well. For some of you, it's building it's new love or new emotional beginnings in a currently existing relationship that's going to have a healing effect on you, that's going to help heal some previous heartbreak and heartache that you had. Because right next to that Ten of Pentacles and Page of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups paired with the Three of Swords in reverse. I like to see this in reverse. So the Ace of Cups. Cups is governed by the element of water. So Cups is a suit all about that watery, fluid, mercurial world of emotions and feelings. It can also represent love and relationships too, how we view ourselves and how we relate to other people in our lives. Aces are the one. They represent the beginning. They represent seeds, potential, and promise. It's like an initial beautiful gift that has the promise and potential to be built on and manifested into something truly beautiful when it comes to its full fruition. But remember that aces are beginnings only; they're the potential and promise. And seeds aren't going to grow into anything if you don't plant them in the ground and water them and fertilize them and feed them and nurture them so that they can grow to the ultimate manifestation of whatever they're meant to be. So make sure to take this and to build on it and nurture it and take care of it. Again, for some of you, it's going to represent building a foundation for a relationship with your partner. For some of you, it's going to be some kind of new path, new emotional beginnings, or what you're doing is representing that for you and your partner in a currently existing relationship. How to take a relationship even further and make it more stable and foundational for you. And this is healing. It has a healing effect on your heart, which is going to help you overcome some past hurts, pains, disappointments, heartbreak even. That Ace of Cups, that beautiful card of new beginnings, new paths in emotions and love, is accompanied by the Three of Swords in reverse. So in the upright position, this would represent heartbreak, heartache. It's sometimes referred to as the breakup card. It's a card fundamentally of deep emotional pain or a deep, almost crushing sense of disappointment, heart pain, something not working out the way that you thought it would be in a way that really hurts you and really disappoints you. Now, in the reverse position, it means a healing of that. It means a getting over of it, a healing, a restoration. Um, of past hurts and past pains. So, of course, it's going to play out differently. It always does. There's so many of you watching an already existing relationship, um, making that going to the next level, and really kind of partnering together on how to make it more solid, stable, and foundational in a way that heals previous hurts. For some of you, a smaller portion of you, this is going to represent a relationship that's been rocky or has had a lot of difficulties, and you're working very hard together. Perhaps some of you are going through therapy and counseling and working on overcoming these past hurts and past conflict and bringing back together that which was broken in the past. For some of you, it's just new beginnings with somebody else that is going to be very healing. But it's about building a foundation and being at the beginning of that path. There's a newness to it, a freshness to it, and a sense of kind of learning. For some of you, again, you're buying your new home. You're walking through that very challenging and sometimes stressful experience of buying a home for the first time and new beginnings. And there's an aspect of that which is going to be healing. However, it plays out for you, Gemini, it looks like this is helping to overcome and to heal a very challenging and for some of you painful time that you've been through, whether it's tangible in your home and family, divorce, relationships, maybe the loss of a home, something. It's about building foundations going forward on a new path. Now, around the middle of June, I say around because time is fluid. So we have great combination of cards. We have a Six of Wands paired with the Seven of Swords. So the Six of Wands is it's a card of victory, of triumph and success over something, challenges. Again, I feel like this month it's overcoming challenges and healing things, moving forward, building a foundation for you, for the people you love, for your family, and healing victory, success, and triumph over whatever this challenge has been. Wands is governed by the element of fire and air, which is a very dynamic combination. And the suit of Wands is a dynamic suit. It's an action-oriented suit. It's about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. It can also represent career, artistic endeavors, creativity, inspiration, enthusiasm. It's a very, again, a very active suit. The Six of Wands is a card of victory. You have triumphed over something. You can see this man is riding back into town, and I say back because otherwise, who is he? What has he done? Why are they cheering him? He went off to do something, to accomplish something, to achieve something, to struggle with something, to overcome something, and he has been successful. He's riding back into town triumphantly. Banners are waving, and the crowds are praising and cheering him and giving him applause and accolades. And how did he achieve this? How did you achieve this, Gemini? By actually being clever. I think for some of you, it's thinking outside the box. Again, I feel like this Page of Swords energy we began with, Gemini, you had an idea. You it's like you had an aha moment, or you had an inspiration of some kind. You got some idea about how to begin to build begin to build a foundation that has the promise and potential to grow quite large, quite rooted and stable, and continue and last for quite a long time. Beneficial for you, for your loved ones, for your family, a healing element to that. I think you were very creative in how you decided to do this. However this manifests for you, you're going to have to let me know, because it's interesting. That Six of Wands is paired with the Seven of Swords. Again, that mental cerebral suit, swords governed by air, all about the suit of swords is about our mindset, perspectives, outlook, belief system, words and ideas. It's all about how we think up here. The Seven of Swords, I've often heard this card referred to as the thief card, because it can represent those energies of being taken from. You can see this man has broken into somebody's house in broad daylight, has stolen a bunch of their stuff, and is leaving with kind of this smarmy look on his face, as if to say, look what I've gotten away with. But this card can also point towards needing to be creative, perhaps even a little evasive, think outside the box, be very clever in how to go about doing something. And I feel like that's what's helped you achieve victory, achieve triumph over this. Again, some kind of previous challenge, pain, something which was emotionally difficult for you to deal with. And you're either helping to deal with that, or you're moving ahead on a completely different path, but it's about starting building new foundations, having a new idea about that. It's healing past hurts and pains. It represents a triumph over something, and you have and are being, in the month of June 2016, Gemini, you're being very clever about doing something, how you're pulling something together, whatever this idea is, or however you decided to proceed with this thing. I'm just getting this, that it was really a real sense of ingenuity. It's like you really came up with something. You were really thinking outside of the box, and boy, was it a winner. It's really helped you find a successful path through this, and it is about building these foundations. And I feel like this is something that you're building on and hoping for, that's going to last a really long time. And again, I'm getting a strong family connection too, so however that resonates for you. Now, at or towards the end of the month, Gemini, we have the Knight of Swords, which again, I'm feeling as your energy. You began as the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords. This process you've learned a lot from this. You've grown. It's a month of growth and development, and becoming more experienced, more practiced, better at something. Again, a month of growth and learning and development. Here you are as the Knight of Swords, progressing on that road. Uh, Knights are the bringers of the tarot deck too. It's like, so pages are kind of the ones that Pages are the youngest and least mature energies of the tarot deck. Not to say that you're immature, Gemini, but that's where they start. Everybody starts here. It's all about that road of evolution and development, which is why we're here. Pages are the ones that kind of conceive the ideas, they birth the ideas, they kind of come up with the ideas. And then the knights are the ones that take the idea and put action to it and begin that outward manifestation of that idea. And then we go to queens and kings, who kind of refine it, nurture it, help it grow and develop, and then put it kind of all together in a cohesive way. So you are well on your way in growth and development on this path with whatever this thing is: relationship, home, business, career, because really it's such a mental development month, but it really could point towards anything. because that's what I'm kind of feeling. You're bringing it at the end of the month, Gemini. You're taking whatever this idea you began with and you are putting action to it and beginning this outward manifestation of it. You've been very clever, very creative. You've learned a lot and you're actually taking what you've learned and using it to propel this thing forward and continue building on whatever this beautiful strong lasting foundation is, and it's something that's going to make you very happy, and it represents a union or a coming together of something, whether it's two people in a beautiful union, two companies, two businesses, two entities, the joining of two energies together in a really beautiful way. Because that Knight of Swords is paired with the Two of Cups, which is universally referred to as the soulmate card. It's quite beautiful, actually. Such a strong theme of uplifting energy, building foundations, healing, overcoming stuff, but new love, new emotional beginnings. We have in this spread, we have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and that Three of Swords reversed. Again, a very healing element, whatever this is that you have successfully moving away from on a new path and building something else. So the Two of Cups can represent soulmate, twin flame, that karmic connection, divine thread connecting the two of you, more than just a chemical physical attraction. We're talking about a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit. This can represent a union between two people. That's what this is all about, and building a foundation with and for this person and your family as well. Its fundamental definition is the bringing together of two entities or two beings, two people, two sets of energies, two companies. Um, I feel like for some of you, you're going through this whole process with your soulmate and have from the very beginning. And again, it's going to play out a variety of different ways for people. Um, it's ultimately about a, a union which is a perfect match in more than just in finances. It could represent the perfect job, but more than just dollars and cents. It's like the environment you work in is great, the people you work with are great. There's no long commute, you don't have to pay for parking. There's also that soulmate twin flame connection to it as well. Not two perfect people in a perfect relationship, because no such thing exists, but that all of the pieces fit together, all the puzzle pieces connect, and it feels very true and real and authentic and kind of like your home. So I'm not exactly sure what that points to specifically. Some of this feels a little muddled, because it could be so many different things, and I'm not getting, it just kind of feels all over the place. But the strong themes which come out are overcoming past hurts and healing from those. There's an element of that here, a strong one, and it's through building a foundation for something which is going to last quite some time in the future and have a beneficial effect on you and your loved ones or your family or your children or around a child or for a child as well. But you're at the beginning of this path, and you're starting out having a new idea and just beginning this and maybe even fumbling, feeling a little nervous and unsure, but really triumphing over this because you're thinking outside the box and how to do this, how to build this, how to grow this. And you're being very successful at that. You're learning a lot and you're taking that experience and using it to propel you forward, and bring it all together at the end. Again, that Knight of Swords and Two of Cups, it could play out in so many different ways. So, let me know through feedback how this resonates for you, because again, it could be about a soulmate connection, how to move forward and build a foundation with this individual and for this individual. For some of you, yeah, it's a home too. It's a new home, somehow. I getting this strong moving, buying a new home for the first time. Again, the energies feel very scattered and kind of all over the place, but there are some common themes in this, and it's a beautiful positive path, and it's it's a month of being strong and being grounded and of staying on the course. Your overall crowning card is the major arcana card of strength. Beautiful card, strength. This talks about, well, it does talk about being strong. It also talks about there's a sense of self-acceptance here of facing and conquering your inner demons or your fears, coming to grips with certain things. And again, I feel like there was some challenges. There's that strong theme this month, Gemini, of overcoming and healing from past pain, past challenge, past heartbreak of some kind. For some of you, this is going to be in relationships. For some of you, it's going to be your own internal battles that you fought, because there is an element to the strength card too. Again, of facing and conquering your own demons, your own fears. I don't know why I just got bad habits. So there may be, for maybe a small portion of you, a sense of overcoming successfully some bad habits, perhaps some addictions of some kind. We're talking about a grounded, quiet, solid kind of strength, not necessarily a brute force, look at my muscles, wave my sword around kind of strength, but the kind that comes from knowing what you've accomplished, having had the strength to do that, embracing that, coming to grips with yourself, overcoming fears, striding forward fearlessly and courageously into the future. I always see this woman as in motion because of how her dress is going behind her and the flow of her hair, the self-acceptance, coming to grips with, again, your own fears and demons as represented by this savage beast she has tamed, and just having that beautiful, lovely confidence. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because, again, the energies are feeling a little bit scattered and a little bit muddled. There are some very strong themes in here, but I feel like it's just a variety of stories and a variety of ways that this can play out. So, as you always do, family, let me know how this does resonate for you, particularly as June continues to or begins to play out. So, Gemini, I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope it has resonated for you and not confused you at least too much. And again, for those of you who are interested in a personal reading with me, you can click on the About sign for more information. And you can always email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the June 2016 mid-month general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, Gemini, and I'll see you soon. Bye.